Hello friends, welcome to the world of business studies. In the last 31 discussions, we have covered chapter number 1, that is nature and significance of management, chapter number 2, principles of management, chapter number 3, business environment, chapter number 4, planning, chapter number 5, organizing, and chapter number 6, staffing of NCERT. Now in this discussion I'll be starting with chapter number 7 of NCERT, that is directing. In this discussion I'll be covering topics like directing meaning and characteristics of directing. Now moving to the first slide, that is directing. What is directing? You can see the picture how a manager directs his employee in order to success in the future period of time. He guides his employees so that the organization as well as the employee succeeds or fulfills the personal as well as the organizational goals. Where even you can see in the last picture of this slide that how a leader guides his follower for a achievement of the particular or a predetermined goal of that particular organization, whether it is an organization or it is a non-organization. When a leader guides its followers in which part, in which direction they should move, he takes the initiative and guides his followers. Now, what is the meaning of directing? Directing is said to be a process in which the managers instruct, guide, and oversees the performance of the workers to achieve predetermined goals. Directing is said to be the heart of management process. Planning, organizing, staffing have not got importance if direction function does not take place. Now I'll be explaining you directing more in detail. Planning and organizing provides foundations to the organization, and direction initiates action by workforce towards the achievement of its goal. Having appointed the workforce, managers ensure they work to achieve the organizational standards of performance and in the course of doing so also satisfy their personal wants and needs. They act as a catalyst for the achieving the organization and individual goals. They act as an agent who influence the behavior of employee to achieve the organizational goals and also ensures that organization's plans and policies satisfy the interests of the workforce. Managers thus direct employees' behavior towards organizational and individual or group goals. Directing is a managerial function that involves the responsibility of manager for communicating to others what their roles are in achieving the company's plan, is well said by the Pierce and Robinson. Directing is important for managers to create an environment in which workers work as active group members to achieve the organizational goals. Managers use behavioral science to direct or influence the behavior of the workforce. They remain in constant touch with the employees to ascertain their needs and forces that drives from them to work. The motivational factors can be monetary or non-monetary benefits that influence an individual to work are analyzed by managers while directing them to action. These were the all things which explains you the meaning of directing. Now moving to the next slide, that is nature, or you can even say that characteristics of directing. These are the four basic characteristics of directing. The first one is directing initiate actions. Directing take place at every level of management. Directing is a continuous process and directing flows from top to bottom. Now I'll be explaining you all these four characteristics one by one in detail. Moving to the first one, that directing initiates action. As you can see the picture, it is very important that the leader or manager should initiate the action so that his employee or followers follow him willingly. Now, what is initiates action? Direction initiate action by the top manager that motivates people to convert the resources into productive outputs. It gives substance to the managerial function of planning, organizing, staffing, and controlling. You can see that once the employee takes the initiative, once the manager takes the initiative for doing a particular task, how the rest of the employees follows him willingly so that they can achieve their personal as well as organizational goals. It is the basic characteristics of a manager or leaders to take initiative action to initiate for that particular task so that even they can fulfill the organizational goals or predetermined goals, and they can even fulfill their personal needs and demands, or you can even say that their desires. Now, moving to the next point, that is directing take place at every level of management. As I have already explained you before, that basically there are three levels of management, that is top level management, middle level management, and lower level of management. Each and every level of management performs different tasks, but directing takes place at every level of management. It is never said that directing is already done or is done only for the top management. It is even followed by the middle management as well as the lower management. It is required everywhere. Hmm. Managers at all levels in the functional areas direct their subordinates. Top managers guide middle and the middle lower level managers who further direct the supervisions and workers. As we know that in the top level management, these are the management who makes rules and regulations which is being followed or which is being communicated to the middle level management, and they communicate it to the lower level management. Different functions are performed by different management levels, but the basic reason or the idea behind it that each and every level should follow their function so that it helps them to achieve the organizational goals, and it is being communicated at each levels of management. Directing is being provided. The top level management directs the middle level of management if their how is their performance and whether they go wrong. Wherever they go wrong, the top level management guide them to do the to correct their performance, and the same work is done by the middle level management to the lower level management and the lower level management to the workers. Now moving to the next point, that is directing is a continuous process. As you can see the picture, that first we plan for something, then we do that particular thing, then we check whether the things which we have done is according to the plan or not. If not, we take the corrective action. But it's not that once you have taken the action, the circle's over. That particular task may be complete, but the circle doesn't complete. It is a continuous process. Once you have achieved that, then you again plan for the next thing, or if things need to be needs improvement, then you again do it, then you check it, then the action is taken, and the circles goes on for long and longer period of time, and it is known as continuous process. Directing is not an intermediate or is a it is a continuous process of managers. It is a process of continuously guiding the behavior of others. When you do it, you achieve it, then you guide it for the next performance, because the task or the performance in an organization continues again and again. Once you achieve one particular task, you have been assigned with the next task and you need to follow the directing for that particular task. So it is said that it is a continuous process. It is never said that once it is directed, once a people or an employee has been directed, it is over. You again need to check that particular work is done in that particular way or not, and then you need to take a corrective actions and continuously guide for that particular work again and again in order to achieve the organizational goals or a predetermined goals. Now the next one, that is directing flows from top to bottom. Direction is an important managerial function that initiates action at top level of the organizations and flows down the hierarchy. It follows that subordinates have to be directed by their superiors only. As you all know that a more experienced person directs the less experienced person, so it always flows from the top to the bottom level. The most experienced person directs the others, and then it follows on and on. Here, when you perform particular tasks, always a subordinate is being directed by the superior, and then the particular task is being done. And it is all are being done in order to achieve the organizational or the predetermined goals. Here you can see the picture. The most experienced person can be denoted here by the red one, then the yellow one, then the greener one, and the bluer one. Here the yellow one is being directed by the red one, the superior. Here the red one is the superior of yellow one, whereas he is the superior of all the levels. Now and again, while moving to the next level, that is green one. Green one is the subordinate of the yellow one, where here this yellow one is the superior and the greener one is the subordinate, and the greener one is being directed by the yellower one, and same as on goes on. These were the all things we need to discuss in this discussion. Let us know your doubt or any specific query below in the comment section. Subscribe us and ring the bell button so that you won't miss any important update. Till then, enjoy studying business studies.